All right, guys, we're back. It's been a while.
It has been quite a while.
It's been quite a while, actually.
Yeah.
We were just talking about how long it's been. I think it's been 4 or 5 weeks since we've done one of these. But nevertheless, we're back in action. And we got a lot of ground to cover. But it's cool because, yeah, the season's basically done.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
the season is done. I think the next season's actually started.
Yeah, technically, we're actually in like winter. I mean, we're in spring. First week now, which makes sense. I mean, it's already April. It's like definitely spring. So,
yeah.
But yeah, it's been a while today. So we're probably just going to be covering like everything under the sun and back. And I think the thing about this season was a lot of us just like dropped or halfway through some shit. And there was so much stuff that I think this season, it's kind of hard to yomi what was like actually worth watching or not. There's some mix-ups.
There's some mix-ups for sure.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. Okay, so I'm just gonna start off with things that I didn't actually finish to get that out of the way. So, I did not finish Yojo Senki. I don't know about you guys.
It's still going though, right? Like,
is it?
Which was the last episode?
Oh
no,
no.
It's over.
It's over.
Wow. I watched 12 episodes, and that was not that wasn't anything at the end.
That was the end.
Well, it's a light novel. So,
right, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not over, is what I'm saying. Like, there's still like they just ended, and it was like, all right, well,
yeah,
they're going on.
Yeah. Yeah. The next arc is the daughter coming. The daughter's coming for revenge. I don't know.
I guess.
I am not. I did not finish Sangatsu. I still want to watch it, but
the ending was kind of on that one too. But
did you any of you guys keep up with Masamune?
No.
Okay, me neither.
I think I did.
The hell
yeah, I finished it.
Yeah, you finished it? Okay.
Yeah, I actually finished it.
So like, it sounds
tell
like...
me what happened. Spoil me up.
Hold on. We'll get there. Hold up. I want to go through what fucking. I guess that's actually it. Yeah, that's. I think I either caught up or am done with the rest of the stuff. So, we could talk about Masamune because, yeah, I don't really mind. Just.
So I'm just clicking. I'm clicking through the last part of the episode so I can remember exactly what happened. I just remember it was fucking whack. Hold on.
I don't even know like what was happening like before the final.
The last thing
you have
I
to give us
watched
some
was...
like context. Like,
so it was like pretty much like you guys got up to Chubby Kid coming in, right?
What?
Chubby? You never reached Chubby Kid?
I don't think I did either. I watched like
the guy in the the kid in the OP who like you have no idea who he is.
I don't.
Okay, so it's like during the OP, there's like a face-to-face of Masamune and Chubby Kid, right?
Okay.
And pretty much what you find out is that this Chubby Kid somehow works his way into getting what is it? An arranged marriage, right? With what's her face, bitch girl,
main girl.
Yeah. So it's like, so that happens, right? And everybody finds out, and everybody's like, "What the hell is this? Like, who is this kid?" Right? And you find out that she's actually attracted to chubby kids, and that this kid is Masamune, but he's not. He's like faking as Masamune. So
wait,
really,
what?
It's so whack. It's so fucking whack.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So this kid pretty much finds out that like there's this Masamune kid that she really liked from her childhood.
Oh my fucking god.
He poses as him.
Really?
Yes. And then there's a school festival, and she's like head over heels for this kid, right?
Oh my fucking god.
Masamune is still trying to like win her over. So the classes have a competition by seeing who can have the best Snow White play at the school festival. And then there's a bunch of stupid drama. and then that resolves itself. It's super whack. And then afterward, he wins like a date, and oh yeah, that's right. And then nothing fucking happens. Yeah, nothing happens.
Wait, what?
He wins a date with what, the main girl?
I think like afterwards they all go to karaoke and you find out that he's socially awkward and can't sing. Masamune, like he can't do anything other than work out and look good. Is pretty much what you find out. And then because of all the drama that happened at the school festival, he wins a date with her and nothing happens.
Like, did they actually show the date?
Is it a date, or are they just like walking home? I think it was like a really whack date, or I think it was like after the karaoke, he like walks home with her, and yeah, that's what happens. He walks home with her, and then like it looks like they're about to kiss, and then she shoves a potato in his mouth, and that's the end of the fucking. That's the end of the goddamn show.
Wow.
So yeah, so like nothing happens, but the thing is, at the end there was a notice for a class trip to France. So there's, I guess that happens in like the manga. That's like the next arc. There's a class trip overseas. And that's how it ends.
Wait. Someone's saying the fat Masamune is a girl?
No, it's not.
Okay, never mind. I don't know.
It's a guy, and it's
just so whack.
It was bad.
Yeah, it sounds bad.
It sounds really bad. Wait, what? Okay, so hold on. What happened to that other girl, the side girl that shows up?
She was just kind of there, and she's doing the I'm stepping back but cheering on type of thing. It's stupid, dude.
Did they ever explain why she takes all those pills and shit?
Yeah, she's like sick. She has like seizures or something. She can
wait.
have,
Did
like,
they explain
seizures.
how she knew about Masamune?
How she felt about him?
No, knew. Like, didn't he? She knows about his past or some shit, right?
Yeah, but that like never. She never like put it out there to anybody.
Wow.
His past is still a mystery to main girl, fat kid. I think maybe. Actually, no. I think the fat kid knows that he's like pretty much playing Masamune, but I don't know.
That is.
Oh yeah, she said she picked a random photo of a guy. If you're asking that, like, why does she like him? It was totally random.
Wait, what?
Yes, this show's whack, dude.
Wait. So she likes him because why?
I guess like back in the day, like they do know each other from the past, but I don't know. It's like she found a picture of him later, and it's just like, damn, I like that kid, and it just ends up being him from the past. I don't know. It's stupid, man. It's so bad.
That sounds like it was something I should have dropped, and I did.
I'm glad I didn't finish. I'm glad. Yeah. I'm actually really glad.
So you didn't
apparently dodged a fucking bullet there.
It was whack. Oh, Brett, by the way, you have 4 million views on your channel. Congratulations.
Oh.
Yeah, you broke 4 mil.
Oh wow, okay. I am really bad paying attention to metrics, but small golf clap for that. We'll celebrate later. Okay, cool. I guess yeah. So we dodged that show. I dodged that show.
Yeah, you guys.
I dodged it too. I dodged it hard.
You guys backdash YRC like
dude,
good.
Like dude, I actually this sounds really bad. Like this sounds like I would be livid.
Dude, this was the show Justin Wong was recommending on Twitter. I was like, no.
Hold up. Dude. Hold the fuck up. We don't talk about that because like it's common
knowledge. We already
know Justin Wong has the wackest taste. Like
no, because it was funny. I was in a different chat and Flux was like, "Oh, Justin's talking about this anime." I was like, "Dude, don't watch it." He's like, "No, I have to believe it. I'll believe in him. He's my boy." I was like, "No."
You're stupid.
I love Justin Wong, but you cannot trust that guy in anime.
It's another. It was like a wannabe harem show, but it's not. So it's just bad.
Justin Wong was also the one who was repping Aka and fucking Occultic 9.
So okay, Occultic 9 we got baited.
Occultic 9 was the worst.
Hold up, Occultic 9 from like episode 1.
I mean, I said you could watch it, I guess. No, I didn't. That show was fucking. I didn't like it at all.
No, remember I pulled you into it.
You pulled me back.
You guys didn't pull him in back until like episode 3 or 4.
You had to pull me back. That's right. But I mean, I watched the first two, and I was like, all right.
Yeah. He also said one of his favorite series was fucking Bungo Stray Dogs.
Wow. Okay. We can stop talking about this now.
Well,
Okay,
Alan could talk about Aka or whatever.
Yeah, I can spoil. I can spoil that show because you actually can spoil it if you want me to. I don't know if anybody actually watched it in the chat.
Well, you know, all we're doing is like spoiling this episode. I think is we're just gonna talk about the end of every.
Well, I
show,
think let's keep talking about series that all of us tried to watch or did watch.
Okay.
First, and then we can touch on stuff that maybe nobody watched.
All right. What's next up then?
So you guys didn't finish that. We talked. Yojo Senki just ended. Like it just kind of kept going in the same direction that it started out, right?
Dude, the last episode, they were like having a beach party. I was like, this is not last episode stuff. Like,
wait, are we talking about the same series?
Yojo Senki, yeah.
Or
it
was
just
what?
like,
yeah, or it was the episode before the last episode. It was either episode 11 or 12 where they were having a beach party and then they got called back.
Yeah.
And they were going to get sent in for another mission.
Yeah. But it was like, I was like, dude, shouldn't something be happening right now? Like, and then it ended with like, I mean, they're just getting ready to go. There wasn't even like an ending. I was just like, oh, well, there's more to this, but I guess this is it for now.
Wow. Well,
there was that one guy. He came back. It looked like he killed a bunch of people, and then he didn't, and then he got bopped.
Yeah, and he got bopped. And yeah, it's like there's gonna be a rebellion, right? This is pretty much Germany in World War One, I guess. Yeah,
one except they have like mages. Which is ridiculous.
So it's just like this is supposed to be like, oh, Germany's growing, and everybody else around is going to be like, oh shit, like okay, we got to fight back, or they're just going to conquer all of us. So
yeah, and so this is like
who's going
like the big victory like a couple episodes ago, like totally like wrecked one of the countries, right? So like
yes,
the whole thing was that like the pressure like won the two other strong countries. See the third one just get smashed. It's like, oh well, now they're just going to be forced to team up to go against the big one because they're the
yeah, but nobody realizes it except for her. So it's like
yeah,
whatever. That was odd.
She just keeps dunking this show though. That's for sure.
Well, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah.
I wonder how the light novel does.
You think we're gonna have another season?
We could. I mean, they could because they ended it. They ended it at a good spot, I guess.
Right.
To like follow up on the next season. Are we going to? I don't know. They're probably going to look at Blu-ray sales, right? Isn't that the metric? Blu-ray sales.
I don't know. I am not a anime expert when it comes to production.
So let's see, what other shitty show can we? Let's talk about Fuka. Come on, Brett.
Dude,
I want to actually hear what happened.
Dude.
So dude. Brett read. So like you kept going. You read.
I read the whole fucking thing, dude.
How bad is
dude? So hold on. All I can say. Oh god, I have so much I can talk about on this subject. Like. Okay, so you guys finished it, right?
I finished the show.
Yeah,
I didn't watch any of it. I only watched.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. Arm back dash.
That's right. Okay,
like 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
do you care if I spoil the manga for you?
No. Fuck this.
So I'm gonna start this off by saying there is absolutely no way in hell this series will get a second season.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. This is actually even Arm will appreciate how retarded this is about to be. Okay, so check this shit out. So remember that truck?
Oh yeah. The one that almost runs her the fuck over.
Actually, let me set this up on the difference from the start. Okay, so basically the difference in the manga is the idol girl Koyuki. She never ends up with the main guy.
Okay.
I don't know, Arm, if you recall, but basically the way the anime is the idol girl actually like throws herself on the main guy and they actually start dating for a little bit. Then Fuka gets depressed, and then the main guy kind of realizes he actually likes Fuka, and then the idol girl basically like tries to go all in on him, and like the main character like bursts and she gets fucked, and then they get together at the end. So that's how the anime happens, right? So in the manga, all that shit didn't happen, and basically the idol girl is just like a thirsty, unrequited love, because there's like panels where the main character says, "I love Fuka," right? Like you just know he loves Fuka.
Like he says it. It's not like internal monologue. He actually
it is internal monologue. Like,
okay, it is
in the manga.
Okay.
Yeah. He's like, and it was at this moment I fell in love with this girl. That kind of thing.
All right.
So you definitely know who he likes, right?
Okay.
So instead, the thirsty girl that is the idol just throws herself on him, kind of similar to like the end of the actual anime, and he's just like nah, and she's like damn, and then basically Fuka and the main guy get together instead.
Mm-hmm.
So there's none of that whole part where it's not like a love triangle, really. Basically,
yeah.
In the manga, it's very clear that's like Fuka and Haruno like each other, and the idol is just kind of like on the side. Like, I mean, there kind of are some scenes where he looks like maybe he has some interest in her, but like it's very clear that he likes Fuka a lot more.
Yeah, if they never dated in the manga, then it's totally different.
Yeah,
than the show.
Basically, like the anime tries to bait you into thinking he can't decide who he likes.
Yeah.
And there's a clear reason for that. And this is the best part and the worst part of this whole series. This is the part that is the first big mix-up that people say no one is prepared for. So remember that truck that almost runs Fuka over?
Yes.
In the manga, it kills her.
Are you serious?
I am completely serious. She fucking dies. It's done. And it's like they were gonna have their first concert or something, and she's like, "Yeah, I'll meet you guys there ahead of time." She's like, "I'm heading off early," which is the chapter name, which is great. She's like, "I'm going off ahead," and then she literally goes off ahead into the afterlife and dies. And he's like, they're at the live concert, and they're like, "Where is she?" or some shit like that. And then the next fucking page is like, "Funeral of Akatsuki Fuka."
Oh my god,
Akitsuki, but yeah. And then you're just like, damn. and yeah, so she's fucking dead, right? And he goes through this phase where he's like super emo.
Yeah.
And then it gets just like the anime where that's when the band decides they want to break up. It's not because she went solo.
Yeah.
Because she fucking died.
Yeah.
And it also turns out, I think they did do one concert without Fuka.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe, I don't remember exactly, but there's a point basically where Fuka's not there and he tries to sing instead.
Oh my god.
And he's actually apparently a really good singer in the manga.
Okay.
So he's just really good at singing. Okay. And then he also like side note, like, so the song that she wrote, which is For You, I think is what she wrote.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's he wrote Fair Wind, she wrote For You. Yeah. So she wrote For You in the anime to express her like salt about the fact that he was going out with the girl.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then in the manga, she writes For You for similar reason, but it's not the same. She writes For You like when she like, I think it's when she realizes her feelings for him or something like that.
Okay. All right.
Anyways, so but Fair Wind is different too, because Fair Wind is the one he writes to get the band together. He still writes that song, but it's not like really for Fuka, and it's not meant to be sung by Fuka because she's fucking dead. But it's the same part where it's the same part where everyone's like kind of goes off and he's emo. Well, he's not. He's emo because she's dead.
Yeah, obviously.
And then they reform the band because of the song he plays.
Okay.
And then they're like a band again, but they just move on without her, and they're just now a 4-member band. and they do some stuff with like the next arc has to do with like there's like Battle of the Bands,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just trying to like get good basically.
Mm-hmm.
And so on the way he meets this new girl,
Mm-hmm.
and this new girl has short like dark blue hair, or maybe it's black, right? And it's like sleek and it's not curly.
Mm-hmm.
And she also has like a great voice, and like he meets her like instead of meeting her at like the summer breeze, it's like during a starry night sky full of stars or some shit like that. So and so it's like she's kind of this character that's setting you up that this character is like you're thinking like where's there's got to be a new girl at some point, right? And then you meet this girl, and this girl like is definitely like a big contrast from Fuka. She's like, if Fuka is like bright, she's kind of like a bit darker in appearance. But then you find out what her name is. Her name is Fuka.
This is so fucking
as soon as you
bad.
said you find out what her name is, I was like, oh no, here it comes.
Her name. She has a different last name, but her first name is also Fuka. She's Aoi Fuka instead of Akitsuki Fuka.
How did you actually read this? How are you able to read the words?
I'm a fan of this guy's work.
You're nuts, man.
Well, so what happens from there? Does it keep going from there?
So he does keep going. She has her own band, like the Fuka too has her own band, and there's a whole arc that basically has to do with the main character's band ends up kind of getting in this weird contract with a agency, a talent agency, like a label, I guess. And they basically sign a really whack contract where they're basically like, yeah, we'll help you, basically become really big, and we'll get you to like the big concerts and stuff. But to do that, first you gotta like basically get yourself to like a decent like place. So basically she's like a coach that's like, yeah, I'll get you to win Evo, or I'll get you to Evo top 8, but first you have to make it out of pools without my help.
Okay.
And this guy's like really bad. So like the whole thing is that people are like, oh no, like they're like, oh no, she she always like puts bands in a place that they can't achieve, and then the leader, the woman who's like head of this record label or whatever, basically says like, if you can't actually get this many people to come to your concerts, your lives in the next like month period, or the like 3-month period, then we'll charge you for all of the stuff that we spot you. Basically, you have to owe us like basically $1 bajillion.
Yeah. Got it.
So they're basically make the miracle happen, and they do it basically. So they kind of like blow up a little bit. They're still like small time, but they're able to perform on like the Budokan stage, which is like and it's mainly because it turns out, remember the idol girl, Koyuki?
Yep.
So remember in the anime at the very end, you see her like wearing a rabbit hat for no
reason. What did she? Yeah. What did she start doing?
In the manga, what happens is she actually retires from being a singing artist. But she secretly joins a band that wears masks. And they all wear rabbit masks. They're called the Rabbits.
Okay.
And they're basically like Man with a Mission, but with rabbits. So they just perform with rabbit masks all the time. And that band blows the fuck up. And that band requests their Budokan concert to have an opening by the Fallen Moon.
Got it.
Yeah. So like after they do that, there's like a big thing where I guess the next goal to blow them up is they need to sell like hella CDs or something, because the record label company, you find out that she's actually like a good guy basically, but they're going under because she has like really strict she's like really strict to some shit. It's stupid. Basically, they're like, you need to sell like 5,000 CDs, and they're like, I don't know how we're gonna do that. And so they're like, you're gonna go on tour all over Japan. So they go on tour all over Japan to sell their CDs and do lives, and it turns out that at the same there was like a concert festival hosted by the what's the like senpai band that they all trying to be like?
The
Hedgehogs.
Yeah.
So like the Hedgehogs like get back together, have a giant concert, and invite a bunch of bands, including Fuka 2's band, who's kind of like in a place that is looking like it's gonna break up, and the main character's band, the Fallen Moon. So they are invited there. They have like this crazy concert. A lot of random shit happens, but basically at the end of it, they request that Aoi or Fuka 2 sings with the Fallen Moon. It also so happens that like Fuka 2 is a big fan of the Fallen Moon, so she like knows all the songs by heart and stuff. And so they sing, and it's like really great chemistry, and they're like, "Oh, this is amazing!" And they spend a lot of time pussyfooting around the fact that they want to get together. And basically, she joins the band, and it's like you saw that coming a mile away, so it just takes a while for that to happen. But they do get together as a band, and then they rename their band. So they named their band the Blue Wells, which is literally the same thing as how Fallen Moon is from Fuka 1's last name. So Blue Wells is like the literal translation of the kanji in Fuka 2's last name. And you also find out that Fuka 2 is the daughter of the truck driver.
Why? Okay.
And you find out because she's randomly at the graveyard. Because the main character in the whole band actually tries to hide the fact that of what happened to Fuka 1 from her. So she doesn't actually know that she died. Like she just knows that like the old singer like didn't like show up or something, or like she left or something.
This is like woven in such a way that it didn't need to be woven in.
Yeah, so they like go to the graveyard on like the anniversary of Fuka 1's death, and she's there. And then so she's there and the band's there, and they're both like, "Why are you here? Why are you here? Why do you know this person? Wait, why do you know this person?" And then so yeah, it turns out that she knew Fuka, but did not know that Fuka was the singer of Fallen Moon. She just knew her as that guy that her dad killed.
Wow.
And there's a thing where like she feels guilty because she told her dad, who was tired that day, that he should still go to work.
This is so fucking whack.
So she feels like partially responsible for killing Fuka 1, which is great. And then there's lots of drama with this because now she feels like she should deserve to be as part of this band. It's all fucked up. But yeah, basically that stuff happens. They go on tour, and here's my other favorite part, which is on this tour in a random town, during a point basically where the relationship between like basically the main character and Fuka 2 have really good chemistry together, and it's very clear that he's probably gonna fall in love with her, right?
Okay.
And it's pretty clear that she likes him too.
Okay.
Does she die?
So she doesn't die. Yeah, I don't know.
Does her dad run her over? So then like they're at this point where it's like they're probably gonna get together, and then right when this is like about to, it seems like they're gonna like solidify the deal. Like like he says, he basically confesses to her, and she says she wants to hear it in a song. Okay.
She's like, whatever you want to tell me in a song or something like that, which is already really whack.
Okay.
And then so what happens is, as he's like composing the song, they go to this town where this girl shows up who literally looks just like Fuka 1.
Okay.
What?
She's like a doppelganger.
Okay.
She looks just like her. She has the same fucking keychain
Okay.
that the main character and she like had the pair of. She has that keychain, and she like, I guess there's like a school or something with a roof, and she's also there.
Okay.
Just like Fuka 1 was.
Okay.
So I'm gonna call her Fuka 3.
Okay. Is her name actually Fuka 2?
So she
no.
she doesn't have the same name. Her name is not Fuka.
Okay. But
So
anyway,
she has
call
a
her
different
Fuka 3.
name,
Okay.
but she's basically a Fuka 1 doppelganger.
Okay.
And she talks just like Fuka 1. She acts just like Fuka 1, and like the whole band goes nuts because they just get like catch hella feels because it's like they're seeing their friend reincarnated. And right as the main character is like, you know, really like he's definitely I think at this point he has already said in his own internal monologue again that he has fallen in love with Fuka 2, right?
Okay. Yep.
But then like he meets her, and it's like all of his memories of the first Fuka are like flowing back, and he catches like hella feels. Because who wouldn't, right? It's super fucked up. It's like the whole band is like catching hella feels. And at the same time, Fuka 2 meets up with this other band also performing in the city, who's the person in the band is like Fuka 2's ex-boyfriend or something.
Okay.
And then there's this misunderstanding that happens where like he's gonna write a song, but then Fuka Doppelganger asks him to write a song about her. And then like Fuka 2 walks in right as the main character is like, yeah, I'll write a song for you. Or some shit. And she's like hella salty. And she's like, maybe I should just like quit this band. It's not working out, I don't know. And maybe I'll just go with this band with my ex-boyfriend. And the ex-boyfriend's like doing the whole like, I'm just a villain here to create drama, because he's like, yeah, telling the main character like, yeah, like she definitely likes me more, and you should just let her be. Why are you dragging her into this fucking band with all this drama? So there's like this whole disconnect where it's like these two people both feel like the other person doesn't want them anymore, but you know that it's actually a misunderstanding. And to make matters worse, like when he's trying to look for Fuka 2 to clear up the misunderstanding, he bumps into Doppelganger Fuka, and Doppelganger Fuka lies to him. Doppelganger Fuka actually tells him that like fake information that like Fuka 2 is actually saying X and Y and is thinking about doing this shit.
Okay.
And so you're like, what the fuck? So then it turns out basically Fuka Doppelganger actually later on confesses that she's actually a complete hoax. She's actually a classmate of his and Fuka 1's from that original town where they live in. Like from the anime before they went on tour. Because they graduated from high school. Oh yeah. Side note, they actually graduated from high school / quit high school. The drummer graduates, and the rest of the members who are like, I think second years, they actually just quit high school.
They quit?
The band. So the doppelganger is like, yeah, I was actually this girl that you don't remember from our high school days, but like I always admired Fuka, and I really wanted to be like Fuka. So when I finished high school, I moved back to my hometown, and I just decided that, since my face looks similar to hers, I was just gonna, reimagine myself like Fuka. Because she was like a dark, quiet, moody girl that wasn't fun to be around. And she's like, I want to be like a bright, happy girl like Fuka 1 was.
God.
So she's like, and on top of that, I always wanted to try and, be with you, because that's like becoming one step closer to being like Fuka 1.
Oh my God.
It's important to note that this is not even like she's saying she actually likes the main character.
Yeah, she just wants to be like Fuka 1. Yeah.
She's like, well, level up her synchro rate by also being with him. So she's like, so when I saw that your band was touring, I decided to set this shit up. And basically he's like, word. And it was also established beforehand that he still does like Fuka 2, and he had actually like was trying to write this song for Fuka 2, but like it's all done misunderstanding. So then like they somehow like Fuka 2 doesn't want to come to like the live concert in that town anymore because she's all bent out of shape, and the main character spends like a long time dragging her back, and she's like very hesitant, but she does perform with them. And then he's like, you gotta listen to the song I wrote for you. And he's like, I don't want to sing. He's like, you gotta listen to the song though. And she's like, I don't want to listen to this fucking song, because she thinks it's a song about Fuka Doppelganger. So then they play the song, and then like the lyrics are all basically about how he's confessing his love to Fuka 2, and then everything basically happens, and it's all hunky dory, I guess. And they move on, and like there's a whole sequence where she still isn't sure if that song is really about her or not, and so they're basically both dodging each other, even though they both confess, because they both think that the other person wasn't actually making a confession, and they don't want to be the person to think the other person was making a confession and be embarrassed. It's very, very Seo Koji. So at this point, they just dodge each other for a while, and then they finally are like, I think the band actually goes, "You guys are fucking retarded. Like, he totally confessed to you. Like, what's wrong with you? Are you retarded?" Like, they basically tell her that, and she's like, "Oh," and like the whole band is here, right? And they're like in a kitchen or something, and she's like, "Oh," and they're like, "So what are you gonna fucking say?" And she's like, "Yes, I guess," and he's like, "Yeah, me too." And then like the band's just watching, and they're like, "Okay, good, let's fucking move on." And so these two are like together. It's super fucking whack.
And that's it. The end.
So it's not over yet. So the worst.
How much longer does this go, Brett?
I don't. That's like where it is right now, basically.
Oh, okay. So that's like the current manga.
So yeah. So we're currently they're like touring, and they've confessed their feelings, and they're basically going out. And like we're just kind of waiting for this to wrap up. Hopefully, really hopefully. It's like 130 chapters or something. And I just really want it to end now. It's like just end this. Like kill this monster.
Jesus Christ, man.
So that was my explanation of a series you never need to read, and you will never see a second season of, because a girl who died is not dead. I mean, which is why it's funny. Like, I couldn't figure out why people were telling me I should just read the manga now. And when I asked people, will there be a season 2? People were just like, no. And I'm like, I wonder why. And now I'm like, oh, fuck.
So they went with the cop out in the anime.
Yeah, so they went with a big cop out. Honestly, though, to be quite going back to the anime and just the series overall, two things are: one, despite these dumb mix-ups that people will say are like unseeable, I actually think that the Kimi no Kimimachi, the other series he did before this, is actually still worse.
Wow.
Like, of dumb mix-ups. Like, the truck and the Fuka 2 mix-up are definitely his strongest mix-ups ever, but they're like really dumb plot mix-ups. And the thing about Kimimachi is the mix-ups in that series are all because characters act in really ridiculous ways that are impossible to read.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So it's like...
So it's just random shit, pretty much. It's like...
Like, it would be like, what if... This is completely off base, right? But it's like, what if the main character just decided to stab Fuka 1 instead of going out with her, right? Yeah. That's the kind of mix-up that occurs in Kimimachi.
Yeah. But SKD would have known it was going to happen. He saw it coming from a mile away. Yeah, of course.
So while I would say that, I actually will say that this series is actually more enjoyable for me than Kimimachi, because in this series, the dumb things are like undodgeable plot twists.
They're just unblockables, yeah.
They're unblockables, and you can get like mad at them. But it's like in Kimimachi, it's the characters who are like being total pieces of shit and like ruining everything for you, and that's like really hard to keep watching. I can at least actually suspend my sense of disbelief in Fuka and just kind of like just roll with the fact that this girl dies from a random truck. Like, that's like not. It's possible, right? I can believe that, but it's like really hard for me to wrap my head around some of the things that happen in Kimimachi, because it's like the main character just does some things that are so awful. You're just like, how can you do this? It's too hard to relate to. I will also say that, and this goes with the anime too. It's more so in the manga, but I actually do like the theme of music in the band, and like it's you don't see a lot of this in the anime, but in the manga, it's a lot more apparent that like the main character is actually trying to like get good. They spend a lot more time talking about like how much he sucks and how much he needs to get better, and how much like every person in this band needs to like level up their shit. So they're like actually trying to like get good. And like in the anime, like all you ever see is like the main character like strumming his bass like once or twice, and you're just like, this guy's hard garbage. He's hot garbage. I mean, the trade-off is that somehow you have to accept the fact that this main character is also like an amazing singer, and then can compose songs too, and basically becomes like hella good. So you do have to accept that when you read the manga, but it is actually nice that these characters have like a goal. Like there is a story here. It is about people who are in a band and they want to like, share their music and expand their band, which is a lot better than the previous series that he does, where usually the main character has like a goal, but it's not really important goal, and it doesn't really go very far, and it's really more about like the romance drama that drives like the series forward. That's how Kimimachi is. Like, yeah, there's like the main character wants to be like a cook or something, but it's like it's so far off in the distance that like it's not important. So I can at least sort of enjoy this story as an actual story, even if the characters make me frown. So I won't necessarily say this story was great, but it feels more like an actual story than the other things he's made. So I do feel like I can see him improving his writing.
Jesus Christ.
As terrible as that sounds, but I think that the monster is evolving. So
you're gonna get hit by a new unblockable next time.
Yeah, I mean,
never seen that one in my life.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this was definitely one of the most ridiculous unblockables I've ever fucking witnessed.
Yeah.
Like the truck, it had me like, dude, like it's one of those things where it's like even when you think that it might be a mix-up, you're like, I see this truck, and you see her like in a pool of blood, but you're just like, there's no way they're gonna kill her off here because that would be stupid. That's like that's the little trigger in the back. You're like, this mix-up could be coming, but that would be the dumbest fucking shit ever. And then like he actually does it, and you're just like, okay.
He does it in like in the same chapter, right? Like
that's you're just
funny.
Like, wow, it's like that. or you're thinking to yourself, you're like, this series is called Fuka, but she's dead. And you're like, how are they gonna why would they do that?
And he just unblockables you again.
Yeah, and you're like, there's no way they would just like make another character named Fuka. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of, and then he just does it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Anyways, so let's move on from Fuka, but I don't know. I will say that the second point I wanted to make is I like the music in this series.
Oh, the music was great.
Yeah, I really like the music.
Great.
Reading the manga, there's a couple other songs that come out afterwards, and I really actually kind of want a season 2 just for the music. I don't really care about anything else, but I actually, I have been listening to some of the better tracks, some of the better vocal tracks from this anime, and they're pretty catchy. Yeah, they're pretty much all. I basically feel like they're all just like songs that probably should have been sung by Nano, but they're still pretty good songs. Whatever. Anyways, let's move on from this series unless you guys want to say anything else about this fucking series.
I mean, you did good, Arm. You did good, bro. Dodged the bullet.
That show sounded like something.
It's a wild ride.
Oh, it is. Oh, very much, yes.
I also really do appreciate the anime does a good job of improving on his quote-unquote art style. Like, I forgot how kind of janky his drawings are sometimes. So I'm just like, oh, yeah, anime did good. All right. So, yeah, so Arm is 2 for 2, like KB said. Like, Arm is super good because of dodging. Let's move on to another series. Okay, what else is there?
Let's see. All right, I can remove that now. Good job. We can talk Konosuba.
Oh yeah, Konosuba.
Yeah, that ended a while ago, but I saw.
I know, it ended a long because there were only 10 episodes.
Yeah.
I don't even remember how it ended.
They went to the hot spring resort. They defeated.
That was last episode?
No, but I mean, this was like the last thing that happened, right? They went to the hot spring resort. They defeated that other, like that slime dude. They defeated slime guy, and then they went back, and that was it.
Yeah, and the slime guy was like the last big thing.
Yeah, the slime guy, and that was literally it. Like they defeated.
Oh, was that the one where they had all the crazy animation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was definitely one episode that actually looked really good. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, budget.
And the explosion was cool. But yeah.
I don't know if that. Is there going to be another season of Konosuba? Because they could probably just keep going. This is just show that 1, people will buy up everything about, and 2, there's no end. Right? They could just keep throwing out generals as long as they want. Like,
yeah, it was good.
Oh well. Why Konosuba? for now, I guess. Does anybody know if there's going to be another season? Yeah, they can.
I
don't know.
It wouldn't hurt.
It wouldn't hurt. What if the animation goes down again?
They had their dips, that's for sure.
What if it dips again? Like it just the bar keeps going lower until it's like Shin-chan or something. I don't know. Oh well. That's all I gotta say. There's nothing really else to talk about. It's not like that show really has a plot.
Yeah.
Then there was Gabriel Dropout.
Gabriel Dropout. Yeah, I finished that series.
Yeah, there was the sister, the older sister came along in the past couple episodes.
Is Catalina.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was all right. It was kind of funny. I don't know. It seemed pretty out of nowhere. I enjoyed it, I guess. Overall, as a series, I liked it.
Yeah, I liked the series too. It's the characters are great. Freaking Santania's family is all whack except for the brother. The brother knows that the family's all whack.
Someone actually pointed it out. I didn't notice. Did you guys notice that in their dining hall, the other half of the room is painted on?
Wait.
So I wasn't aware of this, but apparently, like in the scene where they're in the dining hall, like the table doesn't actually go that far, and it like goes into a wall that's painted, or something like that.
I did not realize that.
Yeah, so apparently they don't even have like that elaborate dining hall. Half of it is like fake.
Can someone post a picture of this?
This is what I was told. I didn't go back to because I didn't notice either, but that's supposedly a thing, which I thought was fucking great. That's one of my favorite scenes from the whole series. Is like it's their stupid family and the brother.
Oh yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about like at their school.
No.
Home. The home.
In their house.
Yeah. The home.
Yeah,
half of it's painted. Yeah, that shit was great. You didn't notice that at first?
I didn't notice that. Yeah, I didn't notice
Come on, Brett.
Dude. Yeah, so good. Yeah, Satania is still my favorite thing about the series, but all the characters are pretty good. I did enjoy that part where they go to heaven and hell too. It was pretty funny. I don't know if we'll get a second season, but I overall like this series.
Yeah, that was good. The OP's great.
Yeah, the
OP's catchy as shit.
Let's see, what else?
So Gabriel Dropout's gone. There was we don't really have to talk about Sangatsu. Sangatsu kind of ended with him.
Well, don't spoil it for me because I've.
Okay. Then we don't. Okay. I mean, there's nothing to really spoil.
Okay.
It kind of, while it's him growing as a person, it kind of strays off of, like the original path of the show for a while. Like it doesn't focus on him as much, I guess. But that's okay.
Yeah.
All right. The last two I have on Crunchyroll are what is it? Monster Girls and Dragon Maid.
So I didn't watch the last 2 episodes of Demi-chan, but we can still talk about it because it's that kind of show.
You have to watch the last episode, but it's not like there was any ongoing plot. It's kind of like slice of life interviews, and I don't know. It's just funny. The show's just funny. Just does some shit. Whatchamacallit? The succubus teacher tries to go in like super hard.
I keep seeing clips of the succubus. They're like super ham.
Yeah, she goes in super hard.
Oh shit. I need to watch.
It's like they rent out, or like they don't rent out the pool, but they ask if they can use the pool, and she wears a swimsuit for them. And he's just
shit.
And she's just like, yeah. She's like, oh, I noticed like my succubus power doesn't work on you. And he's like, and she just goes, and he's just standing there like, you know. Oh, and there's a scene like in that scene, there's a guy one of the students is in a tree spying, and when she takes her jacket off, he falls out of the tree.
Yeah.
Just like kills him. Oh well.
Yeah,
what a show.
That's all I see of that show is the succubus teacher.
Like, yeah, everybody was waiting for it. The whole
series.
People were just waiting for that shit. We never got the date, but that's okay.
Rip.
Oh well.
Do you think we're gonna see a season 2 of this series?
Demi-chan? Or not Demi-chan, but oh yeah. I don't know, to be honest. Like sometimes we just get second seasons of shows and you're like, really? I mean, I think it would be cool if they added more characters. I think if it was all just the same characters in season 2, I think it would be kind of eh. But if they added new characters, I think it would be good. So if they thought up other Demi-chans that work, or they don't all have to be, you know, they don't all have to be girls. Throw a guy in there or something. I don't know.
Yeah, why isn't KV in here? He's in the chat. He's watching.
I mean, he might be on his phone or something, like, you know, at work.
Anyways, yeah, so Demi-chan was good. I got to finish it, but it sounds like it went off pretty decently. And
yeah,
if you haven't checked out the series, I still think it's worth checking out for sure. I think Demi-chan was definitely a good series that hopefully we'll have fond memories of. And if there is ever a season 2, I'd be down for it.
Yeah, it was charming. It was a charming show.
Yeah, worth my time.
Yeah, I look forward to it every week. Yeah, I look forward to it every week. Dragon Maid got like super deep at the end, the last episode. I don't know.
Yeah, this was definitely the series that I felt like I probably should have just kept watching it. But yeah, what did you think of the last episode?
It was like sad there for a bit. Like her father just comes from the other world and like scoops her up one day, like while she was shopping, and you're just like, what the fuck? And then Kobayashi just kind of like carries on with life and is like kind of miserable for a while. I'm like, oh shit, the show got dark for no reason. I don't know. They second season of this, I don't know what they would do really. I guess keep doing the same thing. I don't know.
We didn't watch Kimono Friends. Another thing that I will...
Oh my god. Yeah, I'll probably go back and watch it.
I will forever question, like, what if? Like, I'm still on the fence. I'm just like... And you know, like, it's definitely... Like, we were talking about this before, but it's like definitely a series that's probably not worth watching. But there's so many dumb Japanese memes. I'm just like...
It's probably worth watching. Yeah, just... The budget was like $500,000, apparently. And they made it, and it's like super popular. So... Yeah. Oh well. We'll have to watch and find out, I guess. That'll be that.
Yeah. I mean, I hear people saying it was fun.
It's literally just memes.
Yeah, like it seems like more meme than anything else, but you know,
whatever.
I don't necessarily think that's bad, I guess. So who knows? Okay. What else is there?
There's Kuzu no Honkai and
should we save that for the end?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, okay. What about Little Witch Academia, I guess? Like are you guys still watching that?
Yeah, I'm still watching it. They've kind of like laid out what the plot's going to be, which I guess is interesting.
Okay, that's cool.
I mean, each episode is like eventful, I think, but there is an underlying plot now that's gonna, I think, last the whole show. So that's good. At least there's like direction now, because if it was just gonna be kind of episodic, I could see it getting kind of boring over time. but they're doing a good job with it.
Yeah, I'm pretty behind the series. I'm not sure if I'll keep up with it, but the next season doesn't look that amazing, so maybe I'll take that opportunity to try and catch up with some of the stuff running over from this season.
Mm-hmm.
And did you watch Little Witch Academia or?
No, I never really watched. I never watched any of it.
Oh, okay.
The characters are awesome.
Sorry, what'd you say?
The characters are awesome.
I do like the characters.
Characters are great.
Aside from the main character, I hate the main character.
Oh,
dude, I just can't stand the main character, dude. It's just not my kind of show. It's like that's just she stands like everything. It's like the character embodies everything like I hate. Like she's just, yeah. I don't know. I've gone on long rants before about how I don't really like Trigger in general nowadays.
Yeah, I know.
And this
you
series
let us know last time. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right.
But yeah, I haven't seen Brett not get mad at her every episode. Yeah, it's never it's never not happened. Yeah.
All right.
Is there time? I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
You just gotta go do it.
Okay, let's do it. Who wants to start?
Here lies Kuzuno Honkai, the biggest letdown of winter 2017.
So, I mean, if we want to talk about unblockables, like the show definitely had a bunch of them. by the time we got to the end.
Yeah, I wouldn't even like. It's like an unblockable in the sense that it's like what happens when you chose Tager and then you're fighting against CT Arakune. Like it's an unblockable, but it's more of like the unblockable from the very beginning that you can't see till you're dying already. Because like it's not even like this series. I mean, it does have a change of pace, but it's just like the series basically did not resolve the way we expected it to, and yeah, there's no way we could have avoided this other than by not watching the series in the first place, basically. Which is a statement that I have made. I actually have gone on record, and I will say it again, that I think that the series is actually just not worth watching.
I'm not gonna disagree with you, honestly. Like the ending was just like so like.
Yeah, the ending was so bad it made it not worth watching in the beginning.
I mean, I think what I've said about things like this before is like, you know, there's those series that do this kind of thing where it'll go somewhere and then it will fuck up and like take a weird turn or something. But like this is the first time I've really seen a series undo what it has created. Is how I would describe it.
I mean, if you watch it in reverse, I get what you're saying, but if this is the message they wanted to put across with this show on just kind of like moving on after getting shit on for so long and shitting on yourself for so long, I guess that was an okay way to tell the story. It's just kind of shitty because you weren't really looking for that.
The way, the thing I'm gonna say is it's like, if you wanted to tell that message, it did not need to be this series. Like, you could have told that message without, like, half of the things that happened in the first half of the series happening.
I guess.
Like it's like, that's why I view this as literally, like, devolving. Like, this series actually went so far backwards.
Dude, it ended so weird. It straight up, it ended with her still being a shitty person, but together with him, and now they're just together forever. And it's like, okay, she's got to hold that forever. It's like that was what they wanted to do. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah.
When he proposed, I laughed. I laughed so hard when he proposed.
Yeah, and then at the end, she's like, "Yeah, don't lose the next one." It's like, really? Like, you just gonna make everyone hold that? Like, come on,
hold it.
Yeah.
And the guy's a cuck. I was hoping he was going to be a pedophile.
Oh, he was definitely a cuck.
But he was a cuck.
I mean,
which I think is hilarious.
He did imply that he did like Hina. I mean, sorry, Hanabi.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. Like,
No.
there's a line where he says, like,
Oh, but you're like my little sister or something.
no,
right?
no. It's when he's with Akane, the teacher, at like wherever they go, Hakone or some shit.
Yeah.
And like he says a line about like how the last time there was something that he wanted and he didn't like pursue it or something like that. I'm trying to remember like where he held something up high basically and something like didn't work out. I don't remember what he said exactly, but I felt at least in that line that he was implying that he did potentially have some feelings for her.
I don't know.
Fucking show.
He kind of just went in super hard on the teacher, and then she just let it happen.
Well, yeah, because she was trying to turn him away, and he was just like, "Nah, it's not gonna work. You can say whatever you want. You can."
That's so
you
weird.
Can
I wonder.
you can fuck other guys, and I don't care. I love you.
I wonder. This is originally a manga, right? Like, I wonder where it goes. Like, what
No,
happens in the show?
I hear it's canon. I hear this is.
No, I believe that, but like, there must be more stuff.
So someone actually said that it has been suspected that he was pressured to end this series.
Really? Because they're making a live action of it.
Yeah.
That's like, that seems so weird. Why the fuck would they? That's so weird.
And basically, I feel like they just fucking neutered every single character at the end. And I was like, why?
Dude, Hanabi just seemed like dead at the end. She just didn't do anything. She just watched it all happen.
Yeah. I mean, someone has I remember someone expressing the opinion that perhaps they just wanted us to know, like, us to be encouraged to move forward, and I guess is like kind of one of the messages that they're trying to tell with this resolution. But I don't even know what makes me so salty about even that.
Because like she has no relationships at the end. She just has nothing. She leaves Mugi. Her brother is taken away, and like they just like they totally take everything away. It's weird. Like, why would you? I think the thing
that bothers me so much is it's like the first half of the series, the characters try so hard to change themselves. It's all about change and about characters with complex morals intersecting with each other.
Yeah,
right?
It's like conflicts and like
but in the end, what we got was basically that it doesn't matter,
and everyone just folds anyway.
Yeah, it's like the only time you see characters really change each other through the interaction is the brother and the teacher, but that's probably the most offensive resolution of all of them.
I agree. It's like they were like, you know what, this would piss the most people off. Let's just fucking do it, and they did.
Because
and it's like, all right, well, I guess you just took the two characters.
I think what bothers me the most is that they turned the teacher into another. She actually, like, despite what she still represents, they basically actually turned her into like a generic vulnerable female character who needs to be saved by a male.
Yeah, but I don't even feel like that's happening. So like, even if that was what they were going for, I feel like it's just like she's still like a total piece of shit at the end.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, for sure. But it just kind of bothered me basically, like, that she was, the whole idea is like she was in control and then she lost control. But it's like, okay, so that happens, but it's like, are we commending the actions that it took? Like, because, that's like a good thing if the guy who did it is doing something that like is supposed to be commendable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would buy this I would buy this interaction if the brother actually did some shit, right? But he's being like just a total generic fuckboy.
He's extra fuckboy. He's
so it's
he's just cuckboy is what he is.
We can't really appreciate his actions, and yet they kind of like turn her on her heel, on her head.
Yeah,
that's just weird to me. That I
all the other characters stayed the same, but she just changed a little bit, and then that was how they got the ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On top of that, like my favorite character in this whole series is definitely Echan, and then they just fucking butchered her.
Yeah, they shit on her pretty hard.
They shit on her so hard. They just fucking broke her ankles and threw her in the dumpster. I'm like,
cut her hair off and everything.
I would rather they not show her. If they just didn't show her, it would be better. But like they had to show you. They're like, look at this. Look how much we fucked up your character. Ugh. I was disgusted.
The ending was very disappointing. I watched the last episode and I was just like, oh, like come on, they went that, please.
Yeah, like it was dipping down towards the end, but it's like, man, the last episode was certainly the nail in the coffin here.
Yeah, I mean the episodes before were just like everyone kind of dragging their feet, except for the brother and Mugi, I guess, who got rejected. But then the last episode, everyone's just like, well, we lost.
And also just like the fact that it's like what bothers me is just if you take any of these characters and you try and draw a line in your head of how they progressed, you'll see there's like a clear, there's a clear progression up to a certain point, and then it just falls apart.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's exactly what happens with Hanabi. Hanabi totally I was like, all right, cool, you're doing it, you're doing the thing, trying some stuff, and then it was just like at the end, she just dead halt. That was it.
Yeah, so I'm just left being like, I don't understand like what they wanted to do with this. Like,
they just wanted to be crazy, and they achieved it for a while. Like the beginning was crazy.
Yeah.
But then someone was like, all right, well, you got to end it, and they're like, brother and teacher, okay.
Yeah, this is like when you have to write an essay for homework and you like have some argument and then you're like, wait, conclusion.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You ran out of time on the essay. So you spent most of the time on the first half, and then last half you're like, oh well, and these two characters get married.
Yeah. So it's really hard for me to try and like rate this series because it's really hard. I just feel like this ending really undoes any good that I got out of it in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean it was definitely enjoyable to watch, but the ending was really really terrible. So I mean I'll say that like we were definitely entertained at the beginning.
Yeah, for sure, sure. I think the beginning was a great ride. I think the other thing is I think we just had a lot of expectations, and just none of them were met.
Yeah, they kind of they backdashed out of everything and just left you with whatever was left.
Yeah. Rip. Also, just fucking Echan's short hair is so bad. So bad.
It's definitely a downgrade.
And I don't even dislike short hair girls. They could have made it good, but they didn't.
Nope.
It's so bad. Like it hurts me.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Negative penalty, huh?
Negative penalty. Yeah, pretty much, dude. It's definitely negative penalty. Like I don't know what else I can say about this series, man. It's like I'm also, like you said before, like we had expectations that the brother was going to be interesting.
Yeah, and he
just was nothing.
He was just whack.
He was cut out of a different story.
Yeah. Yep. Oh well.
He's like here to ruin the party or some shit. Like, and I think that's the weirdest thing is that the one character is basically like, not like the others. The most lacking in terms of actual depth is the one that makes the biggest change at the end. Like, are you for fucking real?
Yeah, it's whack.
Yeah.
And like, what does Mugi do too? Mugi's just bitches out.
Yeah, he just runs. He just literally runs away.
Yep.
From everything.
Yeah. It's like, were we supposed to feel for his speech in the rain? That was like the most bitch mode shit.
Yeah, where he chases her down. Like that was supposed to be. That was mad awkward.
That was super bad.
Yeah.
like so it's like he spent this whole time basically just to fucking lose.
Just getting bodied. Like,
Yeah.
he just threw himself into an unwinnable fight, got bodied, and then he was just like, well, I got fucked up. Time to leave.
Yeah. And he loses to, like, the lamest character.
Cuck Master. He loses the Cuck Master.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I just...
Rip,
dude.
Yeah,
that's
was
why
a bad
I
ending.
fucking said it. I'll say it again. I think this shit was worse than fucking Roku no Yusha, dude. Like, this is
actually... It was... I disagree.
That's for another time and another place, I think that argument is. Honest.
I can already not talk about Roku no Yusha. I swear to God, I will not stop talking about how much I think this ending fucked me.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. The ending was terrible. But I at least got some entertainment out of this show.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that, like, I think the show is better watched if you just stop at, like, episode 8 and just stop.
Yeah, I could agree with that. You could just look in there.
You could just stop and you'd be like, all right, like,
sweet.
You could stop at, like, the cabin arc or whatever and just be done.
Yeah. It'd be like, damn, that was crazy. And it's like, yeah, that's all you need to know. Like, what happens? Nah, it's okay.
nah.
It's okay. Just that was fun, right?
Yeah, like, word.
Well, I mean, we watched all of Occultix 9 last season, and it definitely wasn't as bad as that either.
Damn, Aka actually ended up being better than fucking Kuzuno Honkai. That's crazy, man.
Oh yeah.
You want to talk about
Aka? Like Aka, when it starts out, it's about this guy. Well, I kind of explained like the basis of the show to you guys. Do you remember it at all? Like, there's
you're gonna have to.
I think there's like 13 countries or something.
I
forget how many, or 12, and there's like a king and queen, or there's a king with a prince, right? And they're kind of like a centerpiece. They don't rule everybody, but they're still like powerful. They're very powerful. And then every other country has like different. Think of them like different parts of the world, right? There's like a Middle East. There's like a desert. There's like a England. There's a Russia. Think of it that way. Like, but it's all on the same continent. So it's just the world just condensed in one continent, right? And the rumor is that the king's going to die soon. The prince is going to take over. The prince wants to get rid of Aka, and Aka is there to kind of make sure that everybody gets along and there's no war. It's pretty much to keep peace. All right, peace between the different countries, right? And everybody's like, oh, there's going to be a military coup, and Aka's going to lead it and whatever. But that's it. They just kind of like said that, and shit's happening. Like, this guy, his job is he travels around to all the different countries to make sure that shit's okay. Pretty much. That's his job. And that's all you know about him. And he smokes cigarettes. All right. So for the first 8 episodes, literally, like the first 8 episodes, it's just him traveling around to each country, like 1 or 2 countries an episode. Every place treats him awesome and gives him like a colored cigarette. And you're like, what the fuck is this? Whatever. They don't explain it. It's just him going around. Stuff happens. He learns about each country, and you're like, oh, the countries are different. Not everything's all peachy keen, but whatever. He has a friend that is like shrouded in mystery. He's a photographer. He follows him around everywhere. And he's just like always there in the shadows watching him. You find out that one of the guys who leads one of the other countries has the photographer looking after him, right? It's just like, follow him, make sure that, he doesn't do anything stupid, or just follow him because of XYZ reason that you don't understand yet. And you're like, what the fuck's going on in this show? I don't get it. They go and they visit like the king at one point, and the king treats them all nice. And you're like, what is this bullshit? Like, I don't get it. Why does everybody like bread? Why is this show just about eating food? It's just totally fucking random. All right. And then like in episode 8 or 9, they dropped this plot bomb. So way back when, like I guess 20 some odd years ago at this point. His mother was the princess. All right, she was a princess, and she got removed from the family registry as a princess to like save her because she was like kind of wild. She wanted to like go out and do shit, and the royal family's just like, nah, we can't have you doing this. We're just gonna remove you from the family quietly, and nobody's gonna notice, and you're gonna go live your life. All right, so they like disappear, and then everything kind of like goes in the perspective from there. Like you look back on everything that happened in the show, and everything starts to make sense. So pretty much what happens is people know that he's of royal. He doesn't know, but other people know he's of royal blood, and that they're banking on him to lead this coup that he doesn't know about. But you find about like in episode 8 or 9. So you find out he's of royal blood. You find out they want him to lead this coup and take over the country once they fuck over the prince, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, okay. And the photographer guy, his dad worked for the family, like the royal family, and then they ran away to watch over the princess and send pictures back to the king. So the king knew that like his family existed still, but he knew to like not let them know that they're royalty. So like this whole thing's fucked up. And then at the end, pretty much what happens is one country was leading this coup attempt so that they could put the main character into power and manipulate him. But then they got fucked over at the end. That's all there is like to it, really. But like just the whole show for the first 8 episodes literally made no sense. You had no idea what was going on, and then boom, plot bomb, let's explain everything. And it was actually pretty entertaining at that point because a lot of like random little interactions that happened in the past episodes carry more weight and are more interesting. It's kind of like the Sixth Sense, right? So in the Sixth Sense, you find out at the end, it's like, oh, you're actually dead, right? So if you go back and watch the whole movie, now that you know that, things are, you look at things differently, right? You're like, oh, right. Damn, everybody is actually just fucking ignoring him. Nobody actually did say anything to him this whole time. So it's like you go back and you watch, you're like, oh, that's kind of neat. Oh, that's cool. Oh, now I understand why the king is treating him like a grandson, because he is. Like, you just don't know it. You just don't know it, though. So, like, everything seems just kind of weird for a really long time. You're just like, why is this fucking guy following around? Why is he so important? I don't get it. And then they're just like, oh, yeah, he's really fucking important, by the way. BT dubs. So, yeah, better than Kuzu no Honkai. Sorry.
Damn.
Sorry, Kuzu no Honkai.
Dude, no, no one's defending Kuzu no Honkai. I'm not defending Kuzu no Honkai.
No one's defending that series. It's in the basement. All right. Well, that's it for the winter season.
Yeah.
Dude, we spoiled a lot of shit. Freaking
Brett
spoiled fucking Fuka forever and ever. Like,
yeah, the entire manga of Fuka was just
laid bare.
It was definitely said that we
were spoiled. Watch it tonight.
Okay, let's go ahead and let's for fun, just for fun, let's try and rate each of the series we watched out of 10.
Ugh.
Let's go backwards first. So
shit, man.
So what would you give Akka?
10. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Nothing was a 10 or a 9 this season.
I can agree with that.
I think like eights are stuff like Demi-chan and
Konosuba. Konosuba was good.
Konosuba was like a 7, I'd say.
Okay, well, I was gonna go backwards from where we started, starting with Akka.
Wow. Well, Akka probably, I don't know. I'd probably say that was like a 7. I'd say a solid, yeah,
okay,
7.
So here's the big one. Okay, what are we giving Kuzu no Honkai?
Fucking.
Can we just do the thing where we tell people to just watch the first episode and then give it like a 7 or an 8? Because the last couple episodes pull it down to like a 5 or a 6 or something. I don't know.
I'm giving this series a 4.
Kuzu?
Oh, sorry. I lied. I gave it a 3.
Okay, so Kuzu, I was going to give a 4.
I'll just give it a 5
Right,
because there
what
are
was
parts.
before that? Little Witch Academia?
It's still going.
Still going. Okay, let's reserve.
Okay.
Demi-chan?
Demi-chan, I'll give an 8.
I think that's fair too.
Or like a 7 or an 8.
What else was there? Konosuba?
I was gonna give that one an 8.
I give
7 or an
Konosuba a 10.
I give it a 7 or an 8.
I love Konosuba. Okay.
It's fucking great.
Gabriel Dropout?
7. 6. I don't know. 7, 7.5.
Arm?
I mean, I only watched like 7 episodes, but I'd probably give like a 6. So
I'm giving the series an 8. An 8 for Satania.
Oh wow. Wait, Brett, are you doing? Oh shit! Yeah, you are rating it. I didn't know you could rate stuff in Taiga. This is fucking great.
Yeah. It's great, right?
Yeah.
The series is this program is actually.
Oh,
OP.
okay. So this is how they rate them. Arm, since I don't know if you use this program. 1 is unwatchable. 2 is horrible. 3 is very bad.
Well, they're just your guidelines. You don't have to actually follow that.
But I mean, 4 is bad, 5 is average, 6 is fine, 7 is good, 8 is very good, 9 is great, 10 is masterpiece.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah. Masamune-kun, Alan.
Oh my god. That show was like probably, well, let me go by this. 3. It was definitely a 3. It was very bad. It was very bad.
3.
It was very bad.
Oh my god.
Going by the Taiga scores, it's definitely a 3.
Oh my god. Yojo Senki?
Yojo Senki, I'd say a
7.
7, yeah.
I'd give it a 7 for sure. Because it's just doing stuff. It's like not like amazing, and it's not like bad or anything. But
And Maid Dragon.
Maid Dragon's like another that one was another good. That's another 7.
I would probably say 7 too.
Yeah.
That sounds fair. Yeah. All right. Well,
And then
that's
Fuka.
Oh, Fuka. What did I give Fuka? I gave Fuka the anime, and this is the number I gave it before reading the manga. I gave Fuka the anime a 7.
Oh, okay.
The manga is a different story, though. I don't know if I can give it a number. It's not over yet, but
yeah, I
guess
know.
I would probably give the manga a 7. So for me, the way it works is it's like I give the actual story a 5 or a 6, but then I give like the mix-up entertains me to about a level of an 8 or 9. So I average that, and it becomes like a 7-ish. So it's like very mediocre with some stellar bullshit. That's how I
10 out of 10 Fukas.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 Fukas. It does get Fuka definitely gets some bonuses for things like the mix-ups that no other series really has as good of. I didn't actually I don't want to go back to explaining more, but in the manga, they actually do this thing where it's like it's like super cliched. Like when Fuka and the main character get together, they get together, they go out on like a date or two, and like there's a part where they're like hiking out in the mountains, and like they look up at the stars, and the main character tells him, or there's like, I think either they see a shooting star or they made a wish or something, or maybe they were going up to a shrine, and he basically tells her, he's like, yeah, like, you know, he basically just tells her, I want to be with you forever, basically. and he's like, and then there's that monologue, internal monologue where he's like, at the like it might have been like a cheesy thing to say or whatever, but in that moment, that's really what I felt. And like, oh, I remember now. He said he told her that it feels like fate that they were brought together. And there's like a starry sky that they both look up to and they hold hands.
So whack.
And I was reading this part and I was like, wow, I'm getting like all these flags right now. He's like, these are hella flags. And I said it without thinking about it. And then she dies. I was like, wow, I suspected there was going to be a flag, but I didn't think it was literally serious. Like that kind of flag.
Yeah. Not that fucking serious. Oh, and just to answer questions in the chat, we dropped Seiren after Fembret because we knew nothing would top that, pretty much. And then I watched the next episode just to confirm that no one beat Fembret, and it's true. And
oh, you see, I actually watched the last.
I didn't watch.
No, I watched I remembered the episode after. So like, you guys were just like, "Let me know how the next girl is," and I'm like, "Yeah, she's whack." And then we're like, "Okay, well, we don't have to watch it anymore." So we stopped. None of us watched Gundam because we were not gonna get involved with how shitty that show already was.
I heard that some people said that it ended up being okay, like because it ended.
So what I heard is it went like it got like super whack, which is like the part where I dropped it, and like everyone agrees that part was super whack.
Yeah,
and then it got like pretty good, and then it was like looking like it was gonna get really good, and then it fucking just crashed and burned. That's what I heard.
Oh shit! Okay.
Wow. Okay.
The ending was awful. Okay.
Yeah, I heard the ending was really bad.
That's what I heard.
I'm at the point now where I have to decide whether I actually need to finish or not, because it's like I feel obligated to as a Gundam fan, but as an anime fan, I definitely don't need to finish the series. So it's like I have to think about like my obligations as a Gundam fan versus actually wanting to watch things that don't suck.
No, we don't want anybody in here talking about the ending.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jeez,
I definitely looked up some who died. I know that much.
Some what?
Some of the characters that died. I wanted to know. I looked that shit up immediately as soon as I saw the series was over.
Okay. Oh, that Rakugo anime. I actually went back and watched the first season, and it's really good.
Yeah, I saw you talking about it.
Yeah, like this one kind of went under our radar, I guess. It's a good story. So, I'd recommend at least the first season. I'm starting the second season now. It's 12 episodes, I think. The first season was 13 episodes, excuse me. And the second season is 12 episodes. So, I don't know.
KV asks you, does he watch it?
I watched the first season. I binge watched the first season in a couple days. And the second season I'm starting, I'll probably watch the first episode tonight. And so far I really like the first season. So let's see how good the second season is.
We gonna talk about next season?
I think we should hold off on talking about the next season. I mean, the thing is, in like 2 weeks, nobody's going to be able to talk about anything, right? Yeah. And then we're kind of fucked for 2 weeks unless we somehow manage to do a podcast.
We might do something like maybe we'll do one episode before Japan where we talk about just the series that we're starting to pick up and our initial impressions.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll do like maybe that for 1 week, and then we'll kind of come back from Japan and catch up with everything, and then kind of take off from there. Mm-hmm. Is my initial. That's what I feel like we should probably do.
Okay.
Basically, being opposite of this season.
Yeah, we were like going pretty good in the beginning. We didn't really miss anything.
We all had shit to go to.
Yeah, and then tournaments and
tournaments, man.
Work. Yeah,
tournaments.
Oh well.
All right. Well. Oh yeah. No, I might actually. Well. Okay. Here's the other thing. So, for those of you guys tuning in now, might actually know also, but we used to always do podcasts on Thursdays, but then I got the fucking Dejika thing, so I couldn't do it on Thursdays unless I wasn't working, which is why we're doing it today. But today is actually the last day that I'm going to be doing the show with Dejika, so we may be able to just move it back to scheduled Thursday nights again, or I'm thinking about doing something like Mondays, because my boss seems to never give me Mondays, or very rarely give me Mondays, and she really likes to give me Thursdays. So the annoying thing is she keeps giving me Tuesdays and Thursdays, which is like the days that normally are good for podcast. Because like Wednesdays and Fridays never work for us, which is fucking annoying.
Oh well.
So I don't know. Okay, KV can't do Mondays, so we're gonna have to figure something out. But
yeah,
but at least Thursday nights might work out pretty well.
Tuesdays
So basically, my boss knows somehow she's clairvoyant. Yeah, she's clearly I definitely know she's clairvoyant because she keeps giving me like all of the Fridays off before the majors without me asking for them.
Oh yeah, she's definitely clairvoyant. Yeah.
I was like, wow, like I keep there's like I keep scheduling my flights for really weird dates because I'm always like, yeah, I don't know, like I don't want to have to ask for this day off because I'm still like new at my work, so I'm like I'm trying to like bank up my requests, you know. So I'm like,
yeah, I gotcha.
But then she just gives them to me anyway, so I'm like, wow, why was I saving these up? I should just fucking ask when I want to, because half the time she's just giving them to me anyways. But luckily, she gave me all those weeks off for KSB, so I'm excited to do that. KSB is gonna be lit.
Yeah, KSB is gonna be pretty good.
Did I tell you where my Airbnb is?
No,
dude. So I'm trying a different place in Tokyo this time, right?
Okay.
Because the other place, remember last time I got
that gaming
the Gamer's
thing,
Paradise.
Right? Yeah, the Gamer's Paradise.
That was like a joke, and then it was actually godlike. It was like I was staying there for the memes, and I stayed. Yeah. It's like I came for the memes, I stayed for the actual good place.
Yeah.
So this time that place was sold out, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna try a different place. And this place that I got was just like, I was reading the description, it looks good, the price is pretty good, and then it describes itself as being 2 minutes from Akihabara Station, right?
Okay.
Or sorry, 30-second walk to Akihabara Station.
Wow.
Right? And I was like, well, even like the thing about Airbnb, the Yomi, the mix-up is that they never show you the actual position on the map until you confirm.
It's the blue. It's just the blue area. Yeah.
Yeah. But the descriptions are always completely truthful.
Yes.
So correct. I was like, well, this is cheap, and it does say 30 seconds from the station, so I have no reason not to believe this. So I locked it in, and then when I got the actual location, I looked at it. So it is literally across from Akihabara Leisureland.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
it's actually OP. Do you know where the Denny's is?
No, actually.
So it's like, you know where the Uniqlo is?
In Akiba?
Yeah.
Uniqlo.
Next to the ice cream store.
Okay, yeah.
It's like there's a Baskin Robbins. You go up the escalator, and there's a Baskin Robbins there. So that street, it's the street that meets with the tunnel, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So it's that street, but you just keep going down farther. Wow. Like away from the station.
That's crazy.
It's basically in the same area as where the Denny's is, which is next to Leisureland. Basically, it's across from Leisureland.
That's godlike.
Yeah, so it's actually godlike.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
So I'm pretty excited because I'm just like, dude, if this is good, I'm gonna just immediately reserve it for Evo Japan, like straight up.
Yeah, I have to start looking at that too. I'll probably talk with people in Japan, see if I should go or not.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for Evo Japan. I'm definitely going.
I just want to know what games are going to be the finals, I guess. Yeah. The final game lineup before if I decide if I wanted to go or not.
Yeah, I think that we're all kind of hope. It's really hard for us to Yomi because we don't really know what their plan is, you know, like.
Yeah, I still want to know if it's Evo in Japan or Japanese Evo.
Yeah,
that's
I agree.
Right. That's what we need to know, and nobody seems to know yet.
We might get to meet some of the staff at KSB, so maybe we could like ask, be like, "Yo, guys, what's up?"
I tentatively feel like it's probably going to be a Japanese Evo.
Yeah, that would be my guess too.
Yeah,
just
but I think
that's
Japan better. Works. I think that's more interesting for us to go to.
Oh yeah, it definitely would be. Yeah, definitely. Right? Yeah,
and like the venue is not super big, I think. So a Japanese Evo makes more sense than a Evo in Japan.
Yeah, correct.
It's probably going to be ridiculously crowded regardless, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's in the UDX building, and like, I don't think that place is like. I mean, so like, even if they like really utilize the space well, just in terms of actual like just layout, like a square feet, you know, it's not a big place laterally.
Yeah,
it's just not. You know, it's not a convention center. If there was like a convention center sized building in Akihabara, we would have seen it, right? Like the UDX building, it's like a big office building, but it doesn't really have tons of laid out space. So unless they decide to like take up multiple floors or something, it's probably going to be a lot more small scale of a space.
Yeah,
so
and hotels don't
Japanese
really
Evo makes more sense.
Yeah, and hotels in Japan like don't have like giant ballrooms attached to them like they do here. So yeah. We'll see what happens. This is definitely them testing the waters. So we'll see what happens. Okay.
All right, guys. That's probably gonna wrap up for today. Yep. I was gonna maybe do guests today, but I think that I got stuff I gotta do to prep for the show today. So thanks for coming by, watching, guys. And any last words from you guys, Alan, Aram?
No.
Yeah, I'm good.
Hopefully see you next week, I guess. Try and watch some stuff from this season.
Hope there's some good stuff. That's
all. Yeah, if you have suggestions for us, definitely, let us know what you guys think we should take a look at, and we'll try and watch some of that stuff for next week and talk about it a bit when we come back from Northwest Majors. Maybe, Arm, are you going to be there?
No, I'm not going to be at Northwest Majors.
Okay. And we also need to have like a podcast episode talk about Nier Automata since I finished it.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
So we're gonna all the boys, dude. There's so many people I know who want to talk about that series.
I know, and it's really good.
Dude, someone was talking about it, it was KB was joking about it in the line group. But I totally agree that we need to just have like a Nier Automata safe space.
Yeah, safe space.
Yeah. Because fuck spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers are the worst. You gotta dodge. You gotta keep your head down. Be careful on the Twitters.
Yeah, dude, them Twitters, they be dangerous waters.
Twitter is